what are enhanced monofocal lenses? Now, these are my favourite lenses at the moment, and I'm putting in lots of them, and the results are really, really good. And that does not mean perfection for everybody. It doesn't mean that everybody's delighted, but the vast majority of people are satisfied. And satisfied sounds like a bit of an underwhelming outcome. But actually, when you talk about eyes and the problems that can occur with glare and things like that with multifocal lenses, which I don't like, then being happy and satisfied with your vision is actually not a bad thing. Multifocal lenses, there's another bit that I've done on multifocal lenses and the reasons why I'm not so keen on them. They split light and energy off, but monofocal lenses focus all the light onto the retina. And we're made for all the light to be focused onto the retina. Sometimes we need spectacles or contact lenses to achieve that, but that's how we're made, and that's how we see best with 100% light. Also, when we get older, into our 80s and 90s, the back of our eyes wear down, and so you don't want light that's compromised. You want as much light energy as possible hitting that. So the enhanced monofocal lenses do that. So they're monofocal, so they set you for distance, so they say focus 100% of the light onto the retina. But they're enhanced, they're clever physics, clever optics about them, that they give you some degree of intermediate vision and also functional near vision as well. And the word functional is key because it gives us a bit of a get out clause. Some people read really, really small print without specs on and distance vision perfect. Amazing, I love it. Some people struggle a little bit more, and you cannot achieve perfection. So they can read the small print, but the quality is just not there. And it's really important that people realise that you cannot achieve that 100% fine print quality. You can't do it because you've got to rob Peter to pay Paul. The lens inside your eye, when you were younger, it used to get elastic. It was elastic, and it used to get thick and thin, and used to change shape. And that means that you could see distance when the lens is thin, and close up when the lens is thick. We can't do that. We tried to make lenses that move inside the eye and change shape, but they didn't work. So we've had to resort to optics and clever science in order to achieve that, and it doesn't work perfectly. So it's important that you realise that you won't get perfection, but compared to an ordinary lens, I always tell people ordinary doesn't mean inferior, it's still a good lens, but compared to a standard lens, the depth of focus is so much better. And you may not achieve perfection, but we can't achieve that anyway. And you've got to have a bit of leeway with regards, one, the calculations, and two, how your eyes are going to see what you see and how much you read. You'll be more light dependent regardless anyway, and that happens with aging anyway. But the enhanced monofocal lenses are really a massive step forward. They've meant that I can stop worrying about the side effects because the people, not everybody's happy, but the vast majority are happy, and those that are unhappy are not bitterly unhappy, and that is the main thing. You haven't ruined their lives. With the multifocal lenses, when people are unhappy with lots of glare, everything washed out, halos around everything, can't night drive, they are bitterly unhappy, and you don't get that with the enhanced monofocals. So if you look at populations and groups of patients, and obviously I look at all my patients, then the vast majority of them will be happy, some will be satisfied, a few will be underwhelmed, but nobody is really, really unhappy, and that is the main thing, because it means that you don't, not quite ruin people's lives, but you don't do harm, and that's the Hippocratic Oath. You never do harm, and I do think that in some patients the multifocal lenses do harm, and that's why I'm a big fan of the enhanced monofocal lenses.